Okay, so welcome back. I am Zelzelazel, the Zelazel, your humble DM and host once more. This time, I'm guaranteed I'm looking at the thing, my microphone is going up and down, so I'm happy I won't have to re-record all of my lines, or at least pretend to record all of my lines, and we will continue once more in the Curse of Strahd, the Beckoning. How is everybody today?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you?
Well, I'm enjoying the time of diving into the depths of what's coming up next. We'll say that much.
Vibing.
Hi.
Vibing? It's good. It's good. So,
Start the event.
yeah. So last time on Curse of Strahd, we went for a little bit of a rumble in the old mill that was once owned by the Durst family, and of which you have a deed for.
Oh,
and
of course it was owned by them.
Yeah, so exactly. So you can kind of see what you're coming up against anyway, based on the past. But yeah, you encountered a couple of night hags based on the information from Jax of Candlekeep. And yeah, you guys went toe-to-toe with them. They are significantly tough creatures, but you fared pretty well. Only, I think it was only Jax that kind of got knocked down, right?
Yeah, about that.
Yeah. And yeah, so one of them, Bella, decided to peace out, kind of abandoning her sister, quote unquote, Athalia. And for whatever reason, in his blind rage as a barbarian, our friend Kinya-Ani, the Wood Elven barbarian, decided to hitch a ride and got sucked into some other place, apparently, wherever she went. And at least thus far, they haven't returned. You guys spent several minutes fighting and trying to figure out how to get through the thick hide and crazy defenses of the remaining night hag, and you did succeed at doing so. And we now find ourselves in the middle of a windmill, just
Exciting.
licking your wounds, as it were.
Hopefully not licking anything else up.
Yes, exactly. So Ireena Kolyana is kind of the first to be she seems to be surprisingly like focused and on point when it comes to action, and she goes around and starts healing those that she hasn't had a chance to. And I'll just roll a little bit of healing here for you guys right quick.
I was gonna say, we definitely need to heal Jax.
Has she already healed you, Jax? Or did she just pick you up?
It was just a single potion to pick her up.
I need to get back to my actual character sheet. Hold on. I was still on the other page. I'm at 15 out of 26, so I think I need healed.
Who else needs healing?
Myself. Zoltan's missing 4.
I'm not too concerned if I'm missing 4, because I'm up to 36 hit points now. Or something. Level 4 gave me a big boost, yeah.
Okay, so Jax, you get 7 hit points back.
I somehow never got hit. It's so great.
Yeah, you didn't get hit at all. She attacked you once at least, but... Ooh,
you were the tiny little child. Why would they ever want to hurt you?
Yeah, they just want to eat. Hey.
Who was the next most severely hurt, sorry?
That would be me.
Okay, you
27 out of 36.
10 hit points
10.
back.
That brings me to full, I think.
And regardless of your protestations, she kind of grabs your injured arm or whatever it is and starts bandaging you. It's like, don't be silly. You need it cleaned and healed, sort of thing. And you also get 10 points of healing, Zoltan.
Thank you. That's great.
Okay, I have to make sure I mark off how many charges I've used. There is a limit to her healing ability.
I believe it.
Healer's kit. Can't remember if there's 10 uses, yeah, so minus. Okay. So, what would you guys like to do? You hear the cawing or crowing of ravens outside, and the house seems to be rather silent. There is the oinks of pigs outside, as well as I know Zoltan has in mind that there is a frog upstairs somewhere.
Well, we need to figure out what we're gonna do with the pigs and the frog, and try and transform them back to their human selves somehow. But also, how the heck are we gonna get Key back? This is a predicament.
Very much predicament.
Maybe we can find some clues around here that'll help us figure out some more about them.
That sounds like a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
I can head over and check out the pigs and see how they're doing. I can't change them out of a polymorph, but I can go take a look.
Yeah. So you go outside, I assume?
I do. Oh, shoot. Owlbear. Gotta open that up.
Yes. I'll just take your character in the meantime.
Thank you.
So they are penned in. It doesn't look like it's particularly well constructed pig pen. It is severely muddy, and one of the pigs, as you kind of approach the gate, it sort of oinks at you kind of loudly. There's another one that's sort of laying down. It looks like you don't quite know. It's definitely just laying down.
Yeah, I'll kind of walk up to them, see what kind of shape they're in, give them a pat on the head.
Do you open the gate? Do you jump over the gate? What do you do with that?
Yeah, I'll open the gate and close it immediately behind me, because I don't want them running out if they're so inclined.
Yeah. So as soon as you open the gate, the one that's sort of standing sort of squeals angrily and sort of charges at you, seeming to be particularly aggressive.
Okay, well, I will try to hop back over the gate then.
All right. Yeah, it's not too difficult. You manage to dodge them, and it sort of rams its haunch into the gate, trying to break out or something like that, and kind of snorts and looks like it's kind of gnashing its teeth at you. It does not seem particularly friendly.
No. Jax, do you want to come over this way? I'll kind of yell into the house and see if she's willing to join me next to these pigs.
Sure. See if I can maybe.
So, to my understanding, these are the unfortunate children that these hags abducted.
Yeah.
I don't know how to get them back. I don't know if this spell is, if it expires, or if you would have to do something to help them out. Unfortunately, this is outside of my realm of knowledge.
Is there any chance that I have any knowledge on this, Zell?
You can roll for Knowledge Arcana if you want. See if something comes to mind on what
I got 23.
Okay. Wow. Okay. That gives you pretty much. Let me just look up the polymorph spell for you.
To be fair, I did spend a lot of time reading. Okay.
Yeah. You definitely have the chops here when it comes to knowing this stuff. So I'll just read out the description, and then I'll give you some little extra information on here.
Okay.
It is normally a 4th level spell, so it's actually quite a powerful spell. This spell transforms a creature that you can see within range into a new form. An unwilling creature must make a wisdom saving throw to avoid the effect. The spell has no effect on a shape changer or a creature with 0 hit points. The transformation lasts for the duration or until the target drops to 0 hit points or dies. The new form can be any beast whose challenge rating is equal to or less than the creature's current target level of the creature. If it doesn't have a challenge rating, it just goes to whichever. The target's game statistics, including mental ability scores, are replaced by the statistics of the chosen beast. It retains its alignment and personality, but basically, for all intents and purposes, this is a pig. It has a personality of the pig, but and it's more moral standpoint, but it's stupid. It doesn't know. Yeah, it's not a human.
It doesn't know that it was a human.
Exactly. At least it doesn't have any real long-term memory of it. It's just an animal. Yeah. The target assumes the hit points of its new form. When it reverts to its normal form, the creature returns to the number of hit points it had before the transformation. If it reverts as a result of dropping to 0 hit points, any excess damage carries over to its normal form. As long as the excess damage doesn't reduce the creature's normal form to 0 hit points, it isn't knocked unconscious. The creature is limited in the actions it can perform by the nature of its new form, and it can't speak, cast spells, or take any other action that requires hands or speech. The target's gear melds into the new form. The creature can't activate, use, wield, or otherwise benefit from any of its equipment. So that's the expression, or that's the description rather, of the polymorph spell. You, however, being the keen reader of such things, know that it also normally lasts only an hour. These pigs most likely have been here longer than an hour, and so you Sherlockian Holmes sort of deduce that the power behind this spell has been altered, not unlike your own, using some kind of meta magic. So the length of time that this creature is going to be, or these children are going to be pigs, could range up to at the very least 2 hours, if not possibly a day or more, even weeks.
Okay. Even weeks? Ooh.
It's possible. You don't know. You haven't rolled too high enough. You'd have to look a little bit closer, but based on your sort of examination, everything like that, you're pretty confident that between 2 hours and 24 hours thereabouts is how long the transformation usually lasts. But you could just whack them over the head hard enough to knock them back into their children form. But you got to be careful not to do too much damage.
We also don't want to hurt them.
Right. It might be nasty.
So, Zoltan, basically what we're looking at here is we can either try and be patient and play a waiting game where we wait and see how long this may or may not take to wear off. We could be here for weeks, though, and we don't have a lot of time, unfortunately, because we have, what are we looking at? Less than 2 days now to get to this girl that we're supposed to save, who's supposed to help us. So we're a little crunched for time. The other thing is we could try and knock them out and hope that it knocks the spell off of them. But in doing so, we really run the risk of possibly hurting them, possibly killing them. And we don't want to do that either. So we need to find a way to knock them out or knock the spell off of them without injuring them or killing them, but simultaneously hurry this shit up.
So whilst Jax and Zoltan are having this conversation, what are you two doing?
I'm gonna go up to get the frog and bring it downstairs and say a prayer to Even Glory to see if there's anything that she could do.
Okay.
And while you do that, I will be downstairs. I'm gonna roll for investigation to see if I can find anything.
Okay, sounds good. So Lunaris, go ahead and roll, and I'll tell
I
you.
got a
Rolls,
15.
You almost instantly feel the cool, gentle hand of the evening glory upon
Wait,
your
what? I didn't
shoulder.
roll. That was Grimbold.
Yeah, no,
That was
Grimble.
my roll.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And she sort of whispers in your ear that children are such beautiful, treasured creatures, and as much as she would like to help, the only thing that she could offer them would be the solace in her embrace, should they, be harmed, sort of thing.
That's not much.
Yeah. So, but currently, it's not really within her realms of power to give you at this moment.
Okay, and then what was I rolling for?
Sorry, just Grimble for investigation.
Oh, okay.
And what'd you get, Grim?
I got 15.
15? Perfect. Okay. Here's where the fun starts. Because you already know what I kind of told out of character, but yeah. So a few things. There is a barrel. Let me see here. There's a barrel nearby, this one, that you realize you kind of catch now that everything's settled down, you've been in the room, you're kind of taking your time searching around the room, everything like that. You notice that there's an acrid, strange smell coming from a barrel over here. You're not quite sure what it is, and you're surprised you didn't smell it before, but when you're within 5 feet of it, it is very overpowering, sort of an acrid, acidic almost smell. In addition to that, you're kind of looking through like the cabinets and everything like that, I assume, kind of really being thorough.
Yep.
So yeah, you see a lot of things that are legitimately for baking, baking ingredients, flour, sugar, several gourds of powdered substance. You're not quite sure exactly what it is. You thought it was just another version of flour or sugar, like almost like powdered sugar. And you're confident it is an unnatural thing. Do you want to do anything with this?
Yeah, I would like to call Jax over to find out if there's anything magical about it.
Oh, everybody needs my help.
You're a mage.
The thing that sort of, as you kind of call her over, you're still kind of rummaging around and stuff like that. The thing that bothers you is you open a cabinet door. On the wall of this, what you find are several shades of, several little locks of hair. In various shades, and they're sort of hung like little, almost like, what do you call those? Like, those little cancer hoops or whatever. They're kind of hooped on little hooks, and then tied with little bows. And on the bows, there's a little name scratched into it, from Millie to Johnny to, like, there's about a dozen there, different names. You also find basically another cabinet that is filled with different bottles. Some of them have labels, some of them do not. One of them is labeled youth, another one is labeled laughter. Some of them look like they might be for tea, but yeah, they just look like a good smattering of different things. You also and then you find one more, of course, called Mother's Milk as well. You rolled a 15. Investigation.
Jax, get in here. I need your help.
I also
keep an eye on the pigs. Maybe keep an eye out for. Earlier, they mentioned somebody else that was supposed to be coming when we knocked on the door. So, just be careful.
Right, we haven't seen the granny hag yet, just the two sisters. So
be careful.
That's right.
Okay, I'll draw my crossbow and get ready to loose an arrow or a bolt.
Keep
whenever
an
she
eye on the
shows up.
pigs though, because you don't want them to get loose or anything. We don't want to lose the kids.
It'll be all right. We'll be okay here.
Grim, what's up?
Look at all this stuff I found. I found these potion-looking things, this hair, and this bag. It's weird. It looks like sugar, but it's not.
Oh, this can't be good. All right, so I don't want to metagame here. Do I know what this is?
Go ahead and give me a. Yeah, give me a.
What am I rolling?
Give me a medicine roll.
Medicine? Okay.
Yeah.
13.
Yeah, so you are confident in at least two things. One,
Okay.
that the
Oh, the acid. I forgot the acid.
Actually, I'll say it's actually Grimble that knows this one first. You are confident because of your background that mother's milk actually refers to a poison of some kind.
Ooh, okay.
The other ones, Jax, you kind of figure out, these are probably some kind of magical potions. Some of them might alter your appearance. They might cause, various effects. They could be positive, they could be negative. You would really need to spend a lot of time, kind of testing each one to see, which would do what kind of thing. But yeah, the thing that you are very, very certain of is the locks of hair basically are trophies of people little kids probably, who have died. And though you don't know exactly what the substance is, you are confident that it is not sugar or flour in the gourd that is filled with some strange other kind of whitish looking powder.
Well, we saw some whitish looking powder. Oh, I'm not here. I'm outside.
You saw stuff. Nobody else does this. Well,
I shared that with them.
No, who's it? The person threw powder at Ireena. Was it Ireena when we were fighting?
Mm-hmm.
And made her sleep. So is it the same color powder?
No.
Ooh,
Okay.
No, it's a different powder.
Okay.
Lunaris, when you go upstairs to the second floor to get to the third floor to find this frog, you do notice a rather robust stone that is connected to the arms of, or the primary shaft of the windmill. That looks like it's supposed to be grinding flour of some kind. That's pretty much all you really get to see at this point. If you want to do a more thorough investigation, but I assume you're just kind of going upstairs to grab the frog first.
Yeah.
Okay. The both of you, however, as you're kind of rummaging around, do find a sack hanging off of the wall. And what you kind of first dismissed as sort of just like a roughage or a garbage bag, to say the least. It is primarily Grimbold who, taking a look inside, realizes that they are small bones of some kind of creature that you are pretty confident is not a normal animal, that has been sort of had the flesh recently taken off with a sharp implement and is just hanging there with being collected.
Oh my god, there's a bag of bones. They're human.
Wow.
They are indeed
Yeah,
human.
These people were very evil. These hags. Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Lunaris,
right.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, Grim, do you want to carry these potions or should I carry them? We should probably collect them because we're gonna want to figure out what they are, but we're gonna need some time to really test them.
I can carry all that.
Okay.
So you have 3 that are labeled. One of is labeled youth, one is labeled laughter, and the other one is labeled Mother's Milk.
Okay. And then I guess, is there a way that I can like carefully package up this powder and put it maybe in my
Sure.
stuff?
Yeah, if you liked it.
Okay.
I'll also
How
say
would I label that? How would I label that?
say gourd filled with powdered dust.
Gourd filled with powdered dust. Okay.
Yeah. So it looks like it's an actual, like, it was once like almost like a coconut or something like that.
Okay.
You also have 3 other potions. One is red, one is yellow, and one is blue.
What was the third one? Youth, mother's milk, and
Laughter.
laughter.
Excuse me.
You okay?
I'm good. Thank you.
While
Red
they're doing,
one.
I'm gonna gather up the bones, the bags of bones and stuff, and bring them outside. I want to bury them.
Okay.
In
Sounds good.
prayer. And
Sounds
I'll give the frog to Ireena.
good.
What a great gift.
Exactly.
What was
She's-
the other one? A red potion and
A yellow and a blue.
yellow and blue. Thank you.
Yeah, Ireena will take the frog and sort of hold it, tightly, but not too tightly, and kind of look at it, just sort of mumbling to herself, could it truly be a child in there?
Hopefully she's not holding on to that frog like little kid holds on to a little chick.
No,
By
she's
the legs.
firm enough. Yeah. All right. Yeah, so Zoltan, you're kind of outside, kind of just watching perimeter. The only thing you really see in the distance is in this direction over here, is the 4 megaliths that have
Megalodons? I didn't know they
megaliths.
had those here. Oh, okay,
Think,
gotcha.
think Stonehenge, and yeah, they're sort of to the northwest of you, and yeah, there's doesn't appear to be anybody showing their faces quite yet. So.
I'm gonna dig the hole where my character is.
Okay, sounds good. It does take you a significant amount of time to dig a hole without a shovel. Do you have a shovel?
I'm actually just thinking that.
I may have one. Let me check my inventory here. And I'll
You probably
be
see
willing
me
to
try
help
to dig
you.
with my hands.
I do have a shovel, and I'll work with you.
Okay, well, I'll let you do the shovel because all I have is an iron pot. I have an iron pot, and that's.
I'll
for
help
food
you.
and water.
Okay, you shovel.
I'm going to give you the new feat grave digger because of how many times you've actually dug holes in this campaign.
Oh yeah, I helped
you,
that guy do the
because you helped the priest in Barovia as well. So achievement unlocked, grave digger.
It just feels good working with your hands.
There you go.
At
There you
the
go.
end of the day,
He's a good old boy. Yeah.
So I guess if that's the case, if you dig the hole, then I guess my
Keep an eye on
mind
the pigs.
goes to. I can keep an eye on the pigs, but I also thinking about those guys that were looking for their children. Are they in the distance down south, or are they like a ways away?
Give me a perception check. So I'll say this. When you went to go and talk to these ladies, they appeared to be heading back towards Vallaki. They claimed that they were going to be looking for, continue looking for the children as they went through, kind of along the forest lines. So, but you can give me a perception check if you want to see.
A nat 20.
Damn it.
Michael wants us to fail.
Yeah, you happen to look down the path, and you're pretty certain that in the tree line there appears to be at least 1, maybe 2 people hanging out and watching you from that position.
Okay. I'll let Zoltan know as he's digging.
Thank you for that. I'll keep an eye out while I'm digging here.
I will say they don't appear to be trying to approach you or anything like that. They're just apparently
Do we
watching.
know, Lunaris, do you know who those are? Can you tell if that was the same men as...
I can't tell.
Okay.
Maybe we can send Grimbold to do a quick sneaking mission.
That's not a bad idea.
Oh, you guys are outside, so I don't hear you.
Right. Not too worried about it right at the moment. They don't seem to be approaching us, or they're not hostile from what I can tell.
So Ireena is, whilst you're kind of rummaging around, she kind of does likewise and is searching around, but she decides to specifically look at the body of this hag. She's sort of not necessarily squeamish, but like hesitant to touch it at first. But eventually she starts kind of working through her folds, and she apparently has sort of a belt pouch of some kind that hangs low on her, and she grasps a strange-looking wooden crooked stick that looks like it has human hair woven throughout the shaft of it.
Pleasant.
Mm-hmm. What do you make of this?
Who's she asking?
Whoever's in the room.
Grimbold and Jax.
Mm-hmm.
Let me take a look at it.
She goes ahead and passes it to you.
So what exactly is this?
It is a stick that kind of looks like bent and crooked, and then at the bottom it looks like a bunch of hair has been wrapped around the bottom, almost like a handle. But yeah, like a gnarled twig if you would have just picked it up off the ground. But yeah.
Do I have any idea what this might be?
Go ahead and give me a intelligence check.
Intelligence. Okay, +1. 11.
An 11. You've seen much. No, it's not bad. It's Ireena is almost the first to kind of say it first. And when you as she says it, you realize kind of what it is as well. It's like, do you think this could be some kind of wand?
Like a wizard's wand?
Yes. It's pretty crude and grotesque, but hags are known to, evil creatures are known to use twisted things like that.
That's true. I wonder whose wand it might be. If there's hair on it, would it be the hair of the wand owner, or would it be someone else's hair that they would put on the wand?
The closer you look at it, you realize that there are many different strands or types of hair that are actually woven into the handle.
Interesting.
Go ahead and give me an Arcana check, because you kind of... I'll give you an advantage on that.
Only an 8.
Did you roll twice?
Oh, no.
Yep. You get advantage. Yep.
20.
Oh, well, like natural?
No, unfortunately.
It's still good enough. You're actually kind of thinking back, looking at what the hair on the trophies and everything are on the cupboard, or on the cupboard door.
Mm-hmm.
You're kind of realizing that the hair samples are pretty close to the same, and that it looks like you kind of put two and two together, as well as kind of examine what the likely purpose of this might be, and you actually think that this might be a wand of polymorph, possibly. Like, this might be the source of where the polymorph actually came from. You're kind of jumping to that conclusion. You don't actually know for sure if it's magical, but just you kind of deduce that's likely what this might be. So if it was
Okay.
magical.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Is this something that I might be able to use?
Yes.
Or no?
Yep. If you can figure out the command word for it, which you would either
Okay.
need to do an identify spell or have somebody do an identify spell to actually reveal the command word, or
Okay.
if you can find it somewhere in the hubbub of this area,
Right.
you might be able to just say it
Okay.
and activate it yourself.
Okay. Okay. So, let's keep looking because this might be our solution to undoing the polymorph spell that's on our children, pigs, and possible whatever the frog is upstairs.
Which
But
is also now downstairs.
right, true.
You mean
She
that
holds it
frog
up.
guy?
I don't think I have an identify spell, so I don't have a way to figure out what the spell is that goes with this wand. But if maybe there's a book, maybe there's a paper, maybe there's something somewhere around here that they have something written down on, and we can figure this out. So let's keep looking. Let's keep looking.
Alright, I will keep my eyes out for something with like that.
Something, anything.
Something.
Keep digging. Just keep digging. Digging.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you keep digging.
I won't say you'll need to actually dig like an
I wanna
actual
plan work
hole.
here.
Yeah, you won't have to dig a hole that is actually large enough for a coffin, of course. So it only takes you
What am
maybe
I
like
trying to bury again? I don't
know.
even remember it.
Bones.
the bones that were in the sack, I assume.
Yeah,
Like, nobody's told me anything. I just started digging.
Yeah, I sort
Sure.
of brought the sacks and bones there by your hole that
Okay.
you're digging, and I'm like, yep,
Well,
we
I will
just gonna
call
say a
over
prayer.
to
Have a good-
Lunaris and say, Lunaris, I was wondering, were you hoping to do some sort of, as our resident expert in all things spiritual, were you thinking of doing some sort of service for
yeah,
whoever
just a
this may
little-
belong to?
just a few words of holiness. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it doesn't take you probably more than about maybe an hour to get a sufficient enough hole to bury what amounts to, at least this sack, a single person's remains, a child's remains. You do know that there was likely at least one or two remains of somebody on the second floor that currently isn't there, because Lunaris apparently did not see it.
So I guess there's no way for me to ask, did you see anything else upstairs?
You can, yeah. I mean, I'm just letting you know, like, this is all new to you. You haven't seen this. This is a pretty freshly murdered, frankly, body of a child, and with all its flesh kind of stripped off. But you know that on the second floor, when you were doing your investigation last time, that there was a bone of there's a bag of dried bones.
So I'll mention that, Lunaris, I don't know if you saw this when you went upstairs to get that frog, but there was actually a bag of bones that looked like they had been there for quite a while. There was no flesh attached to it.
I see.
And,
I think I got this one on the third floor. So the one you're mentioning, is that on the second floor?
I think so, yeah, where they had that giant millstone.
Oh, okay.
I think you would have gotten that bag actually in the kitchen there. With
Oh, I
Jackson.
got the one in the kitchen. Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
I thought you said I was up there with the frog. All right. Well, I'll go back up and look for more bones to bring down.
Okay.
To bury in this.
Go ahead and give me a investigation check.
That would be a 17 plus. Oh, -1, so it's 16.
I wanted to throw you over here.
Thank you.
Yeah, so not unlike Zoltan, when you come up here, you kind of take a little bit closer of a look. You kind of just basically ran past and up the third floor. This bag right here contains what amounts to about 2 human children's remains that have been dried over time. And you kind of put 2 and 2 together, and you realize that the thing being ground here isn't wheat, even though they do have some wheat and stuff, and sugar and some extra supplies. You realize that the bones were the things that are being fed into this mill and being crushed into powder.
Secret ingredient.
Powder. Yeah, so you realize.
So I'll probably take some of the sacks of powder as well, considering they're technically human remains as well.
Yeah, for the most part, I would say this is the main human remains. There's probably some dust and everything like that. These are actual like bags of flour and sugar and and similar.
Right. We'll do that. I'll cart that down.
All right. And Zoltan might need to do another about an hour's worth of work to dig enough holes for all the bones, but it's not too bad.
Hey, this is honest labor. I'm happy to keep on digging here, doing good work here.
Let me just quickly check something here. In terms of the first floor, you guys kind of go over it with a fine-tooth comb. There's no, doesn't appear to be any letters or anything like that. No words written anywhere. Pretty much what I've given you is what I've given you. If you do want to bury all the human remains, there are a bunch of human hair bobs hanging there, so that's certainly one thing to consider. But yeah, otherwise, I guess the only thing that's left is the chicken coop with 3 chickens, a rooster, and a few laid eggs. So.
If I'm done digging, I'm curious to check the chicken coop. But if I'm not done digging, I'm happy. Keep digging. Dirty hands, honest money. I mean, clean money. But there's no money in this, so.
It's good. You can rest at night.
Your own heart. We don't need to like bury them like 6 feet deep, I guess. I don't know.
No, I mean you can if you want to, but it'll take you a while.
We also need to save people who are alive. So
right, exactly.
Yeah.
It's just ritualistically doesn't have to be.
So you finish your holes. You are able to, and Lunaris is able to, sufficiently bury them. In the meantime, you can take a look at the chicken coop. There are 3 chickens, a rooster, and the chickens have laid some eggs.
Jax, if you can hear me.
Yes.
I know that the hags only said that the pigs were the kids, but I'm not sure if we can fully trust them, as in maybe these roosters and chickens are as well.
Okay.
And I'd like for us to research that before Grimbold eats them.
Yeah. I mean, I could come do some detect magic, so where...
That would be great.
Oh, they're actually like pretty much right here.
Oh, right there in the house. Really?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, they were just kind of squawking and freaking out when you guys were fighting. I never really emphasized that.
All right, so I'm gonna use detect magic on them.
Okay. It is what did I say? 3 chickens, a rooster, and a few laid eggs that do not glow.
All right.
That being said, because you happen to have it on, you do notice that the wand does glow with a significant amount of transmutation magic.
Oh, interesting.
Anything else in the room?
Is there anything else glowing around here?
The bottle labeled youth and laughter also glow.
Oh. Not the mother's milk, though.
Not the mother's milk.
Sorry.
That doesn't mean you can drink it, Sean.
Yummy.
No.
It's my hot sauce. Gotta get some hot sauce on this.
Sean. Like, who's
I'm sorry, Grim.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean you can drink it, Grim.
Oh. Does the frog glow?
Yes, the frog does glow. With
Let me take a
transmutation
little-
magic.
Jax can see
Let me
this.
take a little
with-
peek outside. Do the pigs glow?
The pigs glow with transmutation
Okay.
mutation magic. Which just bolsters your theory that the wand that is or stick is in fact a wand and likely of some kind of transmutation spell like polymorph.
All right. Sounds good. Sounds good. Okay. In that case, Graham, I guess if you want to eat the chickens, maybe
Chicken?
You want to have a chicken dinner before we go?
you can, but I don't know that. I think we have other pertinent things that we should worry about.
Yeah. We need Grim. We actually have some people on the tree line that we need to see about looking
Yeah.
out. And I would go myself, but
Yeah.
I would be seen a mile away, or heard a mile away rather.
While I have detect magic on, can I go upstairs and just take a look around?
Sure. Ireena's going to come with you.
Okay.
Good idea.
I guess I will head outside to your tree line.
I'll probably like stay outside of their vision or hearing range, which I guess is maybe a mile.
How long does detect magic last again? Is it a minute?
10 minutes.
Is it 10 minutes?
Concentration,
Wow.
10 minutes, yeah.
Let
Damn.
me. Yeah, it says 10 minutes.
Okay. There is, as you kind of search through, give me an investigation check right quick.
Okay. I got a 15.
As you're sort of scrutinizing the area, you've come to realize as well that the dust that is on the ground, though you didn't really put it two and two together earlier, even though the bones aren't in sight, you notice that the dust on the ground likely isn't flour, and that they were grinding something here that looks suspiciously like the same powder that was in the gourd that you currently have.
Oh, do I have bone dust in my gourd?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I'll go give this to Lunaris later. God damn it. All right.
Sounds
well,
good. Nothing else
Sorry,
magical here. But yeah.
I missed that. My roommate was
okay.
talking to me again.
I've got bone dust in my gourd. I'm gonna come give it to you in a little bit.
Okay. I don't think we've buried the stuff yet.
Okay.
No, not yet.
No papers lying around anywhere. No books.
There is quite a bit of debris and stuff in this room, so it'll take you a little while to go through. But because you're
Okay.
kind of using detect magic first, I'll just go through that.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
The first thing that you recognize, give me a second, is a rather significant glow coming from underneath the bed.
Okay. I'm gonna take a little peek-see.
All right. You lift the mattress, and under the mattress, it looks like a hag's hoard, basically. Small as it might be compared to a dragon's hoard, it does appear to have several things. The things that shine the brightest is a short sword and a bag. There's also a pair of boots underneath the bed itself that look of very fine elven make that also glow.
Interesting. Okay. I'm a little afraid to touch them since they're glowing.
Well, they're glowing of the like that's it. They're detecting the magic basically. So these are all clearly magical. Is what it's saying.
Oh.
It's
Okay.
not plutonium. It's okay.
Yes.
Well, all right. So I'm
Not a
gonna take those then.
Yes,
I'll-
write them down. The bag
take
in
those
general
and-
is
hold on.
piques my
Inventory.
interest. I mean, my interest, not Lunaris's, but yeah, I'm suspecting
Hello?
it could be a bag of holding, maybe.
Inventory, manage inventory, add items. Okay, so okay. What? No, come back. It closed on me. Sorry. Okay, so we have a bag.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it kind of looks like a purse, but yeah, it's kind of like just like a. It's almost like a laptop case, I guess you could call it, like just a folding purse kind of thing.
Okay, and then we had
a short sword. Magical.
Oh my god! If you could stop closing, that would be great. that would be great. I don't know why it keeps doing that.
I'm a hacker.
Hey, Peter. How are ya? It'd be great to see you on Saturday if you could. Thanks.
Short sword. Add. Okay. And then you said boots?
Boots. Elven boots.
Boots of elven kind?
I mean, they're boots that have fine elven make. I can't say.
Should I just do a custom item instead of adding one of the items from the list then?
Sure.
Okay. Boots of elven make.
They're fancy looking boots, okay?
Okay. All right, so I'm going to take all that. Is there a window up here?
There is, yep.
Hey, Lunaris!
4.
Come get this bone dust gourd that I have.
Bone dust gourd. Oh, thank you. I must have missed that. Sure.
As I'm digging, I overhear that from the window. What are you growing in your garden up there? It sounds frightening.
I'm not growing anything!
That's what she said.
I think. Yeah, so that's pretty much all you see that's magical. As the magic fades and you come to the grim reality of what you're seeing, other than a soiled bed mattress that looked like it was hastily made, you do see like a couple of like a sort of a desk and a closet in this area, and a pile upon pile of clothes that you realize are children's clothes. Some of them soiled, some of them just awful. Bloodstained and all that. Ireena kind of is like looking through, what she can find here. And she's the one who actually picks up at least a letter. She realizes that there's actually several copies of it, and she kind of like sort of fans them out a little bit and kind of opens one and sort of starts reading to herself.
What does that say, Ireena?
Sorry, give me a second. I'm trying to find where
you're fine.
Wrote that down. Here it is. Vasily, my dear friend. Yes, of course, I would be more than willing to help you with such a horrible problem. I can only imagine what those poor dears in Vallaki are going through. You know very well that I have had my own bad encounters with witches. Encounters that have left their marks on my very soul. Children, orphaned or not, should never have to face such evil. If you find a way to get the little ones at St. Andrew's orphanage safely out of Vallaki, I'll be happy to house them in my windmill. There's not much room here, true, but we have beds and pies to go around. Sincerely, Morgantha. She opens another one and finds the exact same written letter. Apparently addressed to a Vasily, Vasili.
They were being incredibly deceitful. This is terrible.
Yeah, Ireena kind of looks sick to her stomach and says, I don't know. Give me a second.
I don't know, give me a second.
Yeah. She doesn't know, like, if this Vasily was, like, in on their plans or what it was, but she knows that St. Andrew's orphanage does have a benefactor. She doesn't know his name or anything like that. Oftentimes the local burgomaster sort of he tends to want to make sure that children are raised up in a very strict place, and she knows that that while the St. Andrew himself was a patron of the Morning Lord, and so St. Andrew's Church and thus also the orphanage should be overseen by goodly people. Children getting out of hand tend to get punished very severely in Vallaki, so she doesn't really know too much more about the place and definitely not the man. So
we should take these notes as evidence.
She nods. I don't know why there would be so many, but she'll pocket them herself. Other than that, you don't really find anything else that would be of note. It's mostly like there's some recipes for dream pie, quote unquote, various different versions, and maybe some correspondence that's kind of all faded and rotten and tattered and stuff like that might have been on some of the children, identification, that kind of stuff. But for the most part, nothing of real value or use.
Well, all right. I guess back downstairs then.
Ireena nods and heads downstairs. I'll put you down there.
Okay.
She finally kind of gets out and says, excuse me, I have to go for a moment. There's a low wall over here, and finally it just all seems to catch up with her, and she ends up puking in the behind the wall over here.
Aww.
She tries to put on a brave face and show that she's not crying and everything like that, but takes her a couple minutes to get used to it. Grimbold, you were planning on doing something?
Yeah, I'm gonna head to the tree line to, I guess, the people that was seen earlier.
Alrighty.
And sneaky around.
Sounds good. Give me a second here. Oh, why didn't that work?
Did you?
I thought I added something, but I didn't. Go ahead, and I assume you're going to be sneaking as well?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and give me a
So do halflings sneak by
stealth.
just rolling where they want to go?
Do they just roll? Yeah, right.
Oh god. 9.
Give me a second. Don't you have...
+5. Oh, you have expertise, which is just the +4, right?
Yeah, I got +6 total on stealth.
So you rolled a 3?
I rolled a 3, yeah. Yeah, I failed. I fell over something here.
Grimbold kind of it isn't on top of his game currently, and even you guys are watching. He's not using any cover. He's just kind of walking to the side of the path, thinking that the grass is going to hide him enough. He's on top of a hill, going down the hill to a tree line, and you guys are watching him as he's like, crouch down, just sneak in. He's like, I'm sneaky, I'm great, I'm grand. Yeah, you're not sneaky. By the time you get to the tree line, there doesn't appear to be anybody there.
Oh. Okay. And I'll walk my way back and tell everyone there's nobody there.
There's no one there. I saw someone there. Did you even look to see if anyone was there when you got there?
I looked. There's no one.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, stay on your guard because I definitely did see.
I just imagine the Pink Panther or something like it. Da-da, 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 da-da.
Peter Griffin style.
I'm Inspector Kudo.
All right. Well, I guess we'll.
Yeah. After a while,
continue
Ireena will
to
join you guys to say kind of a prayer over the children. Yeah. She. Anything in particular you want to say, Lunaris? You don't have to if you don't want to. But...
Oh, these little ones had their life ripped away from them far too soon. Though I'm sure this land will be, some of the people of this land will be unhappy that they will not have their fix anymore. It will be for the better for the future if we are to ever lift the curse. And we'll avenge these children.
All right. So the hole's buried, the prayers said. What would you guys like to do about the two pigs and the frog?
Jax, did you figure anything out with that funky stick you're hanging on to there?
Unfortunately, I don't have a spell. I still don't have a way to...
Don't you just wave those things in the air?
No, you don't just wave them in the air. You have to have the spell, the word that goes with it to make it work, essentially.
Gotcha.
And we couldn't find anything in the house that would help. And I'm not sure where else to look. Just tap him with it, but I don't know if that'll do any good. You know?
Well, try it on Grimbold first, and then if he turns back, you'll know it's safe for the pigs.
Yeah, in theory, you should be able to get them, as long as you get the creatures to 0 hit points. Whether they get hurt beyond that is a problem, but nevertheless,
Just use a help action.
A help action?
If they get downed.
Well, they're not necessarily PCs, but yeah. Yeah, I mean, nevertheless, yeah, like, as long as you don't, like, haul off... frankly, I mean, unless you just want to wait it out, like, you can wait it out.
We could wait it out. I would want to avoid hurting children, even if they are in animal form.
Is Lunaris a vegetarian? No, I'm just kidding.
We don't have a lot of time to wait it out, though, Lunaris. We don't know how long the spell is going to last, and we've got a timeline.
Yeah, and we still have 2 hags out there that could easily come back too.
There's 2 hags out there still.
Technically. That you know of, anyway.
There's the grandma, and who else was there?
The one that got away with Kenyani.
Yeah, you don't know where Kenyani is at this time, too.
Right. Sorry, I had to duck out early last week, so I...
Right. Yeah, I don't know if you... Did you... Yeah, did we say that? Yeah, basically. Kenyani jumped onto the hag just before she seemed to teleport or phase out of reality or do something. You don't quite know exactly where she went. But he went with her, and so far as you can tell, they're both missing.
Okay. Thank you.
And we did kill the one hag. So there's only 2 left now. So they won't be at their full strength unless they somehow find a 4th hag.
It's true.
But that's not how covens work.
Okay, so we wait it out, or we try to figure out how to get these kids back into kid form.
Well, if we had those guys that were looking for their kids here, we could tell them to look after them. But I wouldn't trust them if the hags came back.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what to do.
Grimbold, what do you think?
I say hit him.
I knew he was gonna say it.
Well, since you're the same size, you might as well be the one to do it.
Let's try tapping them with the wand first before we start smashing their heads in.
All right, give me that wand.
No, you're not getting the wand.
If it was a
let me-
thief, I would give
Come
it
on,
to him.
let
No.
me grab it.
No.
You're lucky you're taller than me.
Ireena looks at the frog and, she holds it out and she's kind of considering herself, like, what's the
I do have a
ramifications?
wizard's book. Is there anything in the wizard's book that might be in there? It might.
Nothing that would, provide, I
No.
don't think.
Okay.
Is that go to tap?
She says, toads are particularly fragile, so it's not like it would need to do a lot of damage. Perhaps just like a poke.
Flick.
I feel bad about doing it, but, it's sometimes the greater, good to, if you have to set an arm, she kind of does it from a medical point of view. It's like, when you have to set an arm, you do have to hurt the child, but we're not trying to kill them. We're just, being very careful.
Should I poke it with the wand first?
You can try. Yeah. She'll hold the frog for you and, kind of like almost wince, afraid that it's going to blow up because she doesn't know magic.
All right. So I kind of poke it with the wand.
The frog goes, ribbit. Nothing appears to happen.
Oh, no.
Make it harder.
All right. I guess we can try to knock the spell off of it by maybe flicking it in the face or something.
Sure. So let's just. So Ireena like holds it and is like, let's just like puncture its leg or something like that. So it's not a mortal wound or anything. Like little stab or like a dagger or something. And if it hurts and it doesn't turn back, we can bandage it.
Can we try an unarmed strike first?
Okay, what does
One damage.
this? Sorry, what does this look like to you? I'm just
Flicking it in the head, like in the face, the forehead.
you
just with
have
your
to
finger.
do damage. So it's like I guess
Slap it
you
across
could
the face.
you flick it and it's like ribbit. It doesn't like so. You actually have to do some kind of pain damage to it that would like
Okay.
like
do an
imagine sort of like
Right.
like blood flow or blunt force trauma. A flick isn't really going to be enough.
All right.
All right, let me punch this thing in the face.
Use an open hand.
Okay,
Open it.
I'll slap this frog.
Be like in,
Slapping the toad. Gonna slap at a
Master of
toad.
Disguise. You guys
At
watch
least
the
you
movie,
don't-
The Master of Disguise? They always fight with open hands.
Yes, yeah. Yes, that's so good. Oh man, that's good.
Take
All
them
right,
out
give
of
me
lesson.
give me an attack roll.
Where's my unarmed? Right here. Do I have to do the hit or just?
No, you won't. I mean, actually, roll just to see if you roll a 1. Frankly.
Okay.
Right. Don't do it.
I rolled a
Oh,
14.
If you rolled a 1, I would have made you slap Ireena. So.
If you rolled a 20, would have died.
Pretty much.
Damage is 2.
Okay, so yeah, basically Grimble just comes up and swats at the thing, and it sort of drops to the floor. And as soon as it does, it automatically reverts to a young little boy. He looks to be maybe 9, and he goes, "Ow! What'd you do that for?" And he kind of sort of rubs his head. He has dark hair. He's very skinny, kind of very poor looking, scrubby looking clothes. And, yeah, I even have a little token for him.
It worked.
Your hands are magical.
Are you, excuse me, young man, but are you aware of how long you've been here or where you are at all?
What? I don't know. Who are you? What's going on?
Do you know what this place is?
He kind of looks up and realizes where he is. He's like, oh, we really need to leave now. This is not a good place. I really angered them, which isn't as fun as the headmistress.
They've been taken care of.
Really? Oh, good. It's such a weird dream. I remember I was playing hide and seek with some of the blonde lady's stuff, and she got angry, and last thing I think she pointed something at me, and then I thought you hit me. I thought she hit me just now. So, anyway, who are you?
Wait. Was this what she pointed at you?
Yeah, that's it.
Do you
He even kind of like tries to swipe for it. He's like, let me try.
Anything?
Let me try that. I'll try this.
I hold it out of his way. I'm obviously taller than him. Do you remember if she said anything?
Well, I don't know. Something sounded like an elf.
Sounded like an elf?
Yeah, like elves, they talk weird.
Of course, we're missing our fucking elf.
Oh, wow.
Give me a second. I'm gonna roll for him.
Kid would just laugh at that.
I hope you clip that.
It sounded something like near Findel or something like that.
Is there anything nearby that I could point this at and like try that on?
The chicken.
Has to be.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, no, technically you could do a chicken.
All right.
Yeah. What would you like to try and turn the chicken into?
I'm gonna turn the chicken into a mouse.
Okay. Let's see here. What would I do for this? Give me a performance check.
Performance?
At least charisma's your strong suit.
You're basically trying to...
Okay. I see where it's at.
Word it out.
Yeah.
16?
Okay. So yeah, you go to the chicken which is in its little cage or whatever, its little
Mm-hmm.
coop, and you do a somatic gesture that you know is pretty common for wands and everything like that, and you what do you specifically say?
The phrase was Nirfindel.
That's right. Yeah, I'm surprised you remembered. That's good.
Okay. Nirfindel mouse.
A few sparks seem to come of like arcane energy, but nothing seems to happen. So it sounds like Nirfindel, or it's similar, but it's not quite. It's not quite the correct term. I agree, Sean. For the record, I just got your
What?
message.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Maybe you should say Nirfin don't, because you don't want him to be whatever he polymorphed into.
Does
What
anybody?
What are my languages?
I was going to say, does anybody
Nerfing.
speak?
Oh,
Elven?
hang on. I think I do.
I don't.
Hang on.
Yes, you do.
Where are those listed at?
Zoltan does. It's on the bottom left side of your character sheet. Under proficiencies in languages. But yeah,
Oh,
Zoltan,
okay.
you do know Elvish.
Give me a.
Grimbold knows Goblin.
I know Goblin.
Give me an Arcana check, Zoltan.
One Arcana check coming up. 17.
All right. The word that she's saying, Nirfindel, doesn't sound right to you. You know, Elven. It's been a while since you've had to use it, and so you don't think about it for a second. But then you realize that the word Narendel is sort of a common magical word that could be used, meaning transformation or something to that effect. It's a little bit more sophisticated than that, but yeah.
Jax, why don't you try Narendel and use the Elvish word for mouse, which is
What is
I'll
that?
tell you what it is.
Yeah, and he'd be able to tell you what it is. I don't know. I'm just making this up.
Well, it checks out. Sounds right.
You go ahead, Shanna. Go ahead and tell me what the Elvish word for mouse is in your mind.
Oh my god. Zarendel Minu.
All right, good
What?
enough for me. I like it. Yeah,
That's actually pretty good.
I don't know.
that was good. That was good. Yeah, and an arc of energy hits the chicken, and sure enough, a little mouse shrinks down and then skitters out of the coop and takes off. So, yeah. Roll a 1d20 for me, if you will.
I got a 20.
Fancy. Give me a second. Let me check something.
This is what was going through my head when we were talking about the words.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that checks out.
I know Zal will know it. That's why.
Yeah,
I
didn't
know
even need to
Michael's
watch
quoted
it.
that movie to me before.
I know Shanna might not know, but that's okay.
Cool beans. Got yourself a wand of polymorph.
Okay. Yeah. You yeah, you find that there's a surge of magical energy that passes through you, and it's almost like energizing to you as you do change this poor little chicken into a mouse who's scared, super scared. He runs off. Squeak, squeak, squeak. Why would you do that? And it bolts. But yeah, you just feel like as you use the wand that there's almost like a like it revives you a little bit. It's revivifying, energizing. Nothing really seems to actually happen to your stats or anything like that, but yeah, it definitely gives you kind of a ooh, that was fun.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I like it.
You can officially add to your inventory a wand of polymorph.
Cool.
E-O-L.
Lucian goes, "Wow, that was so cool! Can I try? Let me try." And he tries to jump at you to grab the
snatch
wand
it out
you.
of its way.
Oh, come on! You think he's probably about like 8 or 9 years old?
Hey kid, if we work together, we can grab that.
We can make you one. How's that? I'll show you how to make one.
He looks at you and like just automatically thinks you're a kid. He's like, "Are you from the orphanage too? I don't remember seeing you before." Let's totally get it. Let's get it from her, okay?
Interesting.
No, I'm not from the orphanage. I just thought that one too.
Fair enough.
Oh my goodness.
All right.
So do I know how to reverse the spell on something then? Is it just saying the same word? Do I have to say the word backwards?
No, you should be able to just, you can probably just, from your knowledge, you should be able to, depending on how many you know that there's usually a limited amount of charges in these wands. You can't be sure how many based on what you've seen thus far.
Okay.
But yeah, you can certainly give it a shot, and it should just work in reverse the same way. So you just say the word and then say a human or whatever, or normal or something to that effect. It doesn't really.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll tell her the Elvish word for human then.
Sounds good.
Okay. All right, let's go turn these pigs into kids.
Oh, they're pigs? Oh, that's gross. Lucian
You were
basically.
a frog.
It's like, yeah, but frogs are cool. Lucian jumps up onto the side of the little pig pen and just like watching, like, it's like, this is gonna be great. And he like, nudges whoever's next to him.
Which is obviously me. I was hoping to have bacon today.
No bacon for you, Grimbald.
No frog's legs either.
Some good eatings.
Zarandel Humalis.
Humalis, perfect. All right, which one are you doing? The first one up here?
The one I'm closest to, sure.
The grumpy one.
Give me a second here.
The one that charged Zoltan, I guess.
All right. Sorry.
You're okay.
Yeah, sure enough, there's a squeal and a kick, and as the squeal turns out all of a sudden into like a little boy. He's probably a few years younger than the other one. He sort of pops out and even snorts a few times. And he sort of stands and is looking around and kind of realizes he's stuck in mud, and he's like, "What's?" And he kind of looks at the fence line of people. Is like, "Hi."
Hello. You're okay. Don't worry. We're just here to help.
Okay. Can I get out of the mud now? Wait,
Yeah,
where's my
you can-
sister? And he starts like
on.
freaking out and running around and falls in the mud, gets totally covered. And
Can somebody grab him, please?
No, don't hurt me.
I'll pick him up.
Okay.
Come with me.
No,
We're here.
leave me alone! I'll kill you. Where's my sister? And he starts
Zarandel Humalis.
you doing it on this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, turn him back to a pig.
I literally did not.
Honestly, I probably should. Honestly, I probably fucking should.
I was gonna say I should fall over into the pen and then just get hit by it.
Suddenly, a little girl who's sort of lying in the mud, sort of just staring, blankly. She sort of locks eyes with the little boy, and her expression just kind of opens up. She looks like she comes alive again, and the little boy's like, Myrtle, are you okay? Are you okay? And he sort of helps her up and sort of, oh, you're so full of mud, your dress. And he kind of like laments her state and, is worrying all over her and stuff.
See, your sister's fine. Calm down. All right.
All right.
So we've got all the pigs turned. We got the frog turned.
Chickens
I guess we need to. The chickens are chickens, except for one's a mouse now. But whatever. All right. We got to figure out how we're gonna get Key back, and
Who's
we need
that?
to get these kids back to their family. Key's our
Key's an
friend.
elf.
And one of our friends, one of the hags took him.
There were hags? Oh, that's so cool.
No, it's not cool. They're
it's
awful.
very not cool. It's the reason that you guys were pigs.
That's even cooler. Can you tell the people at the orphanage are going to love me for having stories like this?
You can't tell them these stories.
I'm sure they will.
So, are we going back to the orphanage?
I'm thinking maybe the orphanage is not where you should be going.
Why? I mean, I know the headmistress is really, but I mean, we get food, and that's nice. It's not very good food, but
Yeah, and you get sent here to be turned into.
what? I don't. No, I was kidnapped, and so was. Give me a second. Go. Yeah, me and Jared were kidnapped. I don't know. At least I don't know them. We lived
Jared?
at the orphanage. Yeah, Jared. Yeah, where is Jared anyway?
Ireena.
Ireena looks around like.
You wanna share the letter with these kids?
Ireena starts to like let the kid read the letters. Like, I can't read.
You
Alright,
read it
bud.
to them. Read it to them.
She so Ireena basically goes through the letter, and he's sort of like scratching his head, and he's like, well, I don't know, Mr. Vasily, but I mean, I know he just pays for some of us at this, gives some money to the orphanage, but no, I that's not who kidnapped us. Or
Who kidnapped
You sure about that?
I don't know. I don't know him that well. I just know he's like some nobleman in town. I don't know why he would be working with him. I mean, he spent several years now helping us out. I think. I don't know. Ask the headmistress.
I don't trust any of them.
These two are like basically just standing in mud, shivering and, not sure what to do.
Do you know where your orphanage is?
Yeah, it's in Vallaki, of course.
News, we were on that way.
Mm-hmm. We're headed that way right now.
Cool. Yeah. I miss all my friends there. Yeah, we got lots of fun. Even though, sometimes we have to be nice and, well, whatever. Try and make our bed and eat when we're supposed to eat and brush our hair and don't dirty our Sunday clothes. Maybe we shouldn't go back to the orphanage. Yeah.
We are going to start heading towards Vallaki. You guys are welcome to join us. But you're not staying here because we don't know what else can happen here. And we'd like to keep you guys safe. So follow us and we will figure out what's happening as we make our way there.
All right. Yeah, sounds fun. We could be adventurers too. Come on, guys. The other kids.
You can be adventurers with us.
The other kids look like really, unsure, but yeah, they want to get the hell out of the mud, so they'll join you.
Let's do this.
All right. Anything else you want to do whilst you're here, or you can go heading towards?
No, I think we need to tell
anything of interest. Anything else of interest that we notice around, or nothing?
Yeah, the only other thing that would be kind of in the area would be the megaliths not too far to the northwest. Yeah. Other than that,
we're gonna need to tell Lucian about his friend.
Well, the megaliths to the northwest, isn't the town to the northwest anyway? If we cut across and not take the road?
if you wanted to just go straight through the forest, yeah, you could do that in theory.
How do y'all feel about that?
Pretty thick
it's
trek,
probably more
but
dangerous. I don't know if we want to take the kids out on that.
We do need to be careful.
Yeah, I guess we can probably take the road back. We didn't spend too much time here, so we should be fine to take the safe way.
If somebody wants to roll survival for me.
I think I may have proficiency in that.
Yeah, you probably do.
Oh, well, I'll give you a 10. It does say
got
I have advantage on here, but I think that's only for saving throws.
Specifically, it's
That's
specifically
for
for tracking
phase
the
beings.
evil creatures, monsters and stuff.
I got a 15.
Between the two of you, like, you would probably, even though it's a direct shot, it would take you just as long with how thick the forest is. At the very least,
Right.
just as long, and it would be double as dangerous.
Right.
So
Road it
you
is.
could, but just FYI, it would be nasty. So
Yeah, we're fine.
All right.
We'll take the safe route.
okay. So on the road then.
On the
On the
road,
road again.
Wow. Good times. All right. On the road again.
Just can't wait to get on the road again. Going places that I'll never see again. I just can't wait to get on the road again.
Okay. So, you guys are kind of walking along the trail. It's about 10 minutes into your travels. In the last 10 minutes, Lucian has not shut the F up. He is clearly a chatterbox. He talks about how he usually has fun with friends at the orphanage, tells you proudly that he is 9 years old. He's almost an adult. That he
Life
was...
expectancy is pretty low here, eh?
Yeah, pretty low life expectancy for this kid in particular, because he tells a story about how he really pissed off Ophalia, and he was, pretty keen on, doing so, thinking it was great fun. He was wondering what happened to his buddy Jared, who was another boy about his age, maybe a little older, he just remembers him being taken first downstairs, saying that he would be fed as full as he possibly could of pies, and he was annoyed that he didn't get the pie first, and that's all he remembers. He does know that he got there only the night before, or the day before, and that it was a couple, a man and a woman, who had taken the boys from the forest, claiming that they would return them to the city because they had gotten lost. They were playing hooky from their chores at the orphanage. And at this, the boy Freak, who finally introduces himself and his sister Myrtle, explains that it was also a couple who took him from his parents, but they had come some time ago from the village of Barovia. Yeah.
So someone's stealing kids and selling them?
Seems much.
Or bringing them to the hags?
Yeah, something to that effect, apparently. So you guys are kind of traveling through the forest. It has started to rain. It was already kind of raining already, just kind of a drizzle this whole time. Now it's sort of raining a little bit harder. The mist has kind of encroached a little bit more than usual. And you think you see something up ahead. You can't quite make out what quite yet.
Where's our elf with his elf eyes? Legless, use your elf eyes or whatever he says there. What do your elf eyes see?
Shall I describe it to you?
Got no elf.
Shall I describe it to you, or shall I get you a box?
But I have dark vision 60 feet.
Yeah.
So does Jax, and Grimbold does not.
Yeah,
Zoltan
just
does not. So Jax and myself.
Mars. Yeah.
No, I'll roll a
squint
perception.
harder.
All right.
I got a 15 for my perception.
Okay. You are fairly certain that up ahead are the parents, the three men who were asking you to inquire of the ladies three on their behalf.
Okie dokie. I was hoping to have run into these again. So did we determine that any of these kids belong to those people, or are we not sure?
Do you mention them to them, or
to the kids? Sure. Yeah, I'll tell them I see someone up ahead. It could be the people that have inquired us to find some missing children, which is why we were at that windmill in the first place. Do you know if you one of you, Lucian, you said you were from the orphanage, but Freak and Myrtle, do you have parents that are looking for you?
Myrtle this entire time hasn't said a word. She kind of is always holding the hand of her brother, and her eyes kind of are like glazed and just, basically almost like it's a vacant person. She's just sort of going along for the ride. She's not soulless based on what you've seen in the past. She clearly but she's kind of like on the cusp of that almost, like whether it's just the trauma that she's experienced or what have you. Freak, on the other hand, sort of, pulls his sister close and kind of half covers her ears and says, "Our parents are in Barovia. They were murdered."
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm sorry that you had to go through that.
He just
children
nods.
Have been through a lot. May Helm have mercy on your lineage.
He just kind of, his eyes are. He kind of looks like somebody like a dog that's been whipped one too many times. But like any sort of movement towards his sister, and he sort of quickly, stands up and is trying to protect her. Which, Zoltan, you kind of come to the conclusion that that's why he was, freaking out, because it looked like you were coming at his sister. So even in pig form, his personality seemed to be that of the protective little brother. Or older brother. So, yeah. Okay.
Right,
yes.
well,
So based on that information, you can come to your conclusions as you will.
All right, let's see what these guys have to say. And kids, stay close and stay behind us. And we'll keep you safe.
Ireena is taking sort of a almost defensive posture with the three kids behind her type of thing.
All right. So that would probably be our marching order as we approach them.
Okay. Those three guys. They don't seem to be making any moves towards you. I'll just move you guys over here. Once you get about here, they go, "Hail, and well met. I see you found the children. Excellent." The one gentleman looks the most cleanly out of the three and the most well fed, it seems. Fairly, not necessarily dashing. He's not as like fanciful as a Vistani might be, but he looks like he probably parties with them pretty well, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
The other guys, one looks like he has a sword in his belt. The other one has a bow sort of unslung from his hand. There's nothing cocked or anything like that. They're not necessarily hostile or anything like that, but they do seem to be very pleased to see you.
Yes, we certainly did find them. Turns out they were indeed at the windmill bakery there. Kids, children, are these your parents?
The three of them exchange glances when you say that you found them in the windmill. Lucian kind of, it's like, I ain't got no parents, and Freak kind of shakes his head with Myrtle under his arm. They go.
You don't recognize them?
Nope, never seen them. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe. Let's see if you remember. Wait, aren't you like a wolf hunter or something? Yes. The front guy kind of takes a step forward. He's like, yes, you're right. I am, in fact, a hunter. We meant no harm in our deception. We did, in fact, desire to find the children. We knew that at least two had been missing from the orphanage, and we're doing a good deed in seeking them out. We, again, just did not want to offend the ladies three of the windmill. So, but yes, now that you've found them, we'd be more than happy to take them safely to the orphanage and spirit them to the headmistress.
We're actually already heading that way, so they're welcome to stay with us, just not to trouble you guys anymore.
This guy kind of steps forward and puts a hand on his sword belt, and the main gentleman sort of puts a hand out like this, and it's like, I understand. Perhaps we can come to an agreement then. You see, we are employed by the orphanage, and that is to find the children that are missing. If we do not return with the children, of course, we do not get our wages. So you see, you put us into something of a predicament. If you get my meaning.
I'm going to have to ask for some sort of identification, because based on how your companions are acting, I don't know if your actions are above reproach here.
And also, I just wanted to bring up as well, you were mentioning before that these children seem to have been handed over to the hags by a couple. Is that what you were explaining earlier?
Yep.
So some people are selling children to the hags for their drugs. That's what I've felt like I've deduced. So, yeah.
Are you saying? Sorry, are you saying that to this fella?
I guess I'm probably whispering that to Zoltan.
Okay.
But yeah, I do not feel comfortable just handing these kids over. I don't know if the rest. This will be kind of under my breath. Mentioning to them, I don't feel comfortable handing these children over to these three. They seem very shady, especially the one who's reaching for his sword.
Yeah, I'm trusting my passive 13 insight. Does that tell me anything? Or should I roll any higher?
You definitely get that these two in particular greatly desire to have the children, and you're a little less. You think that this guy's telling the truth. You don't know if he's lying, but he seems, at least on the surface, sincere enough that that he is employed by the orphanage. He notices that Victor is getting more and more agitated, and he puts a hand on his chest, sort of like, let me. You think he says something like, "Let me handle this," or something like that. And he says, "Forgive my companion. We, of course, are not in the usual trade of finding children. It is true. Let us maybe start again. My name is Rurik Dragomar. I am a wolf hunter by trade, and so are my friends here, Elric Kovac and Victor Blazek. We've had some trouble as of late hunting wolves. It is a dangerous fare, and some of them have been, in the last short while, become more and more clever. Usually we have traps and that sort of thing. It is a fair trade for our town, of course. In any case, we've been forced to seek employment in other means, and currently this job just simply happened to come up. We are honest men, nevertheless, and though we have, of course, our vices, I myself enjoy a little drink, and the fair maidens, I see a few of them myself right now. But nevertheless, we haven't had a good job in some time, and it is quite important, if you would understand, for us to procure some means of payment for our trouble. After all, you would never have found these children had we not happened by. If I could roll persuasion, I would, but I can't.
Yeah, and I was actually probably going to do a persuasion thing. Unless, Zoltan, you had some... Did you have anything in mind?
No, at least he seems somewhat genuine, but I still don't trust them enough to hand them over.
Right. Well, I'll roll a persuasion, because I'll more or less say that, well, if any case we've invested our time and our care of these children, would it be okay if we accompany you and even escort you to the orphanage so that we can see the means that they're safe? And I got a 9 plus 6, so 15.
He turns to his companions, and they kind of huddle together for a moment, kind of discussing the offer. Rurik finally turns around and is like, that actually seems quite amiable. That being said, we do have at least a days and a half walk around. We still have traps to see and everything like that. We were just going to shepherd the kids in the meantime. Perhaps we could just call it a finder's fee that you could always enable, and you could pick up the reward yourself from the headmistress at the orphanage, and we just call it even.
let me take a moment to speak with my companions here, since I'd like to hear what they have to say. All right, everybody, what do you think about this? I think these men may be hungry. I don't want them to go without pay, but still, I
know we're on a timetable to find these other children, but I still don't trust them.
Neither do I. Jax?
I mean, I definitely don't trust them either, but we have a timetable, so...
That's fair. Is Grimbold back yet?
We're not giving them the children, obviously. But
No.
If we have to fight, we fight.
Is it worth us asking what kind of finder's fee they're looking for? Just so we can get them off our backs?
Sure.
So I'll call out to them. What kind of finder's fee are you talking about here?
Well, I believe the reward was something akin to 10 gold pieces. I thought it would be simple enough to give a gold piece for each of myself and my two friends here, and that would be as simple as that.
You're asking for 3 gold pieces. That's what I'm hearing.
Yes, I realize it's for adventurers like yourself. It might be great and grand, but for our time, it would be a reasoned amount.
I'm willing to do that. Let me double check with my companions here, but I think that's fair.
He just kind of gives a short bow and smiles. The gentlemen seem to be a little less pleased with the amount that he just said, but
I say we give them the money, but keep an eye if they're going to be walking past us. Just keep an look over our shoulders the whole time.
To give them the money? Sorry? Or were they saying they wanted 3 gold out of the 10 gold reward?
pretty much.
He wants 3 gold pieces total. Sounds like.
Okay, so we can give them the 3 gold pieces and then we take the children to the orphanage?
Correct.
Yep.
All right, I'm fine with that.
you think we can trust them if we give them those 3 gold?
And to what? Not follow us or not cause problems?
Both.
Well, how much money do we actually have? I mean, I have 11 on me.
I think you guys actually have quite a bit.
Yeah.
I have 49, so I can give up 3.
We have a lot of gold. Where'd that come from?
My concern isn't how much gold we have. My concern is whether or not they'll leave us alone.
Well, I guess that's why.
I don't think we can trust them, and that's why I want to give them the gold. And if they decide to stab us in the back in the end, well, I think we can take them.
I was even thinking give them twice the amount of gold. Give them 2 gold pieces each. But even then, I mean, we don't have to.
I say give them the gold.
Just the 3?
I think just the 3. That's what they're asking for. We don't need to bargain with them. They might be thinking it's suspicious too if we give them more than what they ask for.
Okay. 3 it is.
I'll remove 3 in mine.
Okay. Thanks, Grimbold. So yes, Rurik, we'll take your offer, and we'll finish the job for you.
Excellent. These guys just kind of move along the side of the path. And Rurik sort of saunters up and gives again a short bow and takes 3 coin, and he pockets them right quick. He said, "Now, if you're interested, of course, we do have something of a you could call it a club. I prefer to call it more of an institution that caters to the wolf hunters around here. For a small fee of 5 gold pieces, we can, of course, give you the ins and outs of the behavior of the local wildlife and where the other traps are, because, of course, poaching is very illegal, and, sometimes it requires an understanding and and a few friends within the community. And, of course, I could just, spread the word of your arrival and give you those tidbits if you're so interested."
I don't think we're interested in that. But thank you.
Appreciate the offer.
Very good, then. I do appreciate your understanding of the situation, and I hope that you have a safe travels, of course. I'm sure I'll see you again in Vallaki if that's where you're going. We, of course, have other business to attend to in the opposite direction, but thank you once more. And they'll just kind of stand to the side of the road and allow you all to pass, it seems.
Okay. Well, let's go then.
All right. So it doesn't appear like you're being followed. In fact, they seem to be going the other way. You get the sneaky suspicion that they're going to the place that you have just left to see what might be there.
Yeah, I meant to mention that. Oh well.
So
they could have been mad. In fact, I know they'll be mad when they don't have their drugs.
Right, yeah. I mean, there was pie there still. I mean, you guys didn't say that you were taking any, other than the ones that you did have. So
The ones that Jack's burnt.
yeah, it wasn't really burnt. It was just, I'd say they're undercooked at this point, actually, because it smelled like it was burnt. But yeah. Anyway, so yeah, you guys are able to travel. It's probably close to 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. The sun is slowly starting to descend. Based on your estimations, you might be arriving rather late in the evening, or at least several hours, maybe just around or after dusk. But you would have to kind of double time it to do that. It's up to you. You do have kids with you, so...
We might as well just make camp here, I'm thinking.
Okay, can do that.
What do you guys think?
Sounds good to me.
I don't think that they'll be going much faster, especially after their adventures of today.
Fair enough. So you still have a few hours left to get on the road. Do you want to stop right here, or did you want to actually continue on for?
Why don't we continue on until we?
It's dark.
It's almost dusk.
Yeah,
Okay.
almost dusk.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Okay. Somebody roll a 1d12 for me.
I can do that. A 1d12. Oh, hang on. There we go. 5.
All right. About 2 or 3 hours into your ride, the dusk is sort of falling down on the horizon here. It's getting darker and darker. You guys come across 2 burned out, or partially burned out wagons that have been destroyed. They're just off on the tree line there. Even though they're not super great, they do give a measure of cover, and it might be a decent place to camp for the night if you guys are interested.
Yeah, we might as well.
Yogi.
Sounds good to me.
We also have tents and stuff.
Yeah, let's set those up. We can put the kids in the tent, and I'm happy to sleep outdoors if we need to.
Good.
Also, I was looking at the Jack's inventory is over carrying capacity because you have a bunch of rations. If you want, you can hand one of those stacks of rations to me.
And I'm sure Grimwald will eat a whole stack of rations.
Sure, yeah, I can do that.
Because that's heavy. That's a lot of heavy.
That's a lot of pemmican.
There you go. There you go.
Did I just hit delete on one of them?
Yeah, one of those 10.
Okay.
Stack.
There you go.
There, you are now unencumbered.
Okay. Wow. All right. Yeah. So you guys, who's doing watch during the night? Your usual sentinel is kind of gone. So you'll have to do about 2-hour shifts each, basically.
I can take
there's
the
4
first
of us.
watch.
Okay. The kids kind of collapse, even though Lucian is kind of a ball of energy and ADHD or something like that. He passes out pretty quickly and just instantly is asleep. Myrtle is the only one who really just seems to sit and stare and seem to be off in her own world, and it takes her a while to fall asleep, but eventually she does. During the night, you kind of hear rustling and rumbling throughout the forest, but nothing overtly dangerous seems to be there. You're starting to become slightly acclimatized to Barovia. It's sort of like always wanting you to be on alert, and rightly so, for a good reason, but nevertheless you're kind of distinguishing between the noises that do present themselves from ones that are clearly more dangerous. So, and yeah, each of your watches passes relatively unfettered, and eventually dawn, such that it is, does approach, and you're able to get the kids up and do what you will.
So nothing happened last night?
Right? I rolled it as nothing happened. The only thing that I got was the burnt out wagons, and then after that I was like, well, was there a reason for it? No, it's just they're burnt out wagons for some reason.
Okay, well, let's have breakfast and head out. If everyone's happy with that.
So based on your timeline, I believe this was your second full day that's passed. So you have another 24 hours, maybe give or take 12 hours at best, that you expect somebody to be harmed, some child to be harmed.
We don't know where that is, do we?
You know that it's somewhere in or around a lake. That's about it.
Yeah.
Madame Eva couldn't be more clear than that.
Well, no rest until we find them then. More or less. Maybe a short rest if necessary, but
so,
speaking of which, we can do a long rest.
Yes,
right?
You can all long rest and get your spell slots back. And
Nice.
Reminds me of Baldur's Gate, where everyone goes,
That was actually pretty. That was actually pretty close to that. He's like, nice, nice. It's good. It's good. So, what do you guys? Are you guys discussing? I just out of curiosity, because I'm just wondering, what do you talk about around the kids? Are you talking about anything in particular? I'm just curious, because while Lucian is very chatty and stuff, he's mostly just talking about his own stuff. He doesn't really care about you, apparently. So
I'm not talking about anything around them.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it the same level of conversation as what he's given us.
okay, pretty superficial.
Yeah, I'm going to rant about lifting the curse on the land and saving everyone, and how the fog will no longer be there, and there'll be birds and wonderful wildlife, giving him hope and whatever.
Yeah, he thinks you're an alien at this point. Like, he's like, boy, I mean, I guess Vargas will really like you, I guess. And he's
Maybe
always
trying to
about
get
that.
to know a little bit more about the things that they like and stuff like that.
Okay, yep. Yeah, I mean, you have about, the better part of maybe 6-ish hours before you get to the town. So you'll get there basically around noon, sort of thing. But yeah, during that time, I'm just curious what that journey looks like.
So I want to propose an idea to you guys. This is Zoltan saying this. We know that there are some children who shoot, I can't say this in front of those kids.
This is why I'm asking, because I want to know what you guys say to whom, when, and that kind of thing. So
is there any chance that we can say to them, hey, it looks like the fire's gone out. Can we task you guys with getting some firewood right around this area and getting that lit again for breakfast?
Yeah, go ahead and roll persuasion.
Maybe we can get Ireena to stay with them or something.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
She's willing to.
A 12 is what I got.
Okay. Yeah, Ireena will kind of help you out and everything like that, and say, follow me. We'll do it together. And yeah, so they'll go off in the woods and do that.
So as the three of you know, bad things are going to happen to some kids if we don't sort that out. But all our time is spent escorting these kids to the orphanage. Is it worth us splitting up so we can try to get them there and save these other kids, or send them to the orphanage with Ireena? Because it seems like at this point in time, if we follow them, it'll take us 6 hours to get there, probably another hour or two while we're there, and then we need to head back.
Do we have any leads as far as maybe an idea about who we can ask? Or what was just out of character, I guess, what was the kid that we were looking for? Ireena had mentioned it during her tarot reading or whatever, but did she mention anything about the kid at all, or just we need to find a child? Any child? If
I remember correctly, the only thing that I think I only mentioned that it was a young Vistani girl that was being killed by a lake. And I think she had mentioned that the most likely lake nearby was Lake Zarovich, which is just north of Vallaki. It's just basically right on the town. The Vallaki is essentially a fisherman's town.
Well, when you're regardless of what we do, whoever goes to the orphanage can ask around about a Vistani child that may have gone missing, or ask someone who might know more about the lake itself. I'm sure we can spend a couple hours trying to investigate and ask questions before we just head out randomly to the lake.
Yeah.
Because, Zal, how long did you say we have? Like just 12 hours, or was
I'll say you have probably you'll have 24 hours by the time you get there. So you have an entire day. I won't be that specific, but it's in that ballpark based on the reading. It's the problem with prophecies.
Still have a bit of time. So
We do have a bit of time, but we still gotta be quick though.
Maybe Jax and Ireena can deliver the children, and then us three can go around and investigate.
We can do that.
Yeah.
It'll take for sure at the kids' pace 6 hours. If you guys go ahead of time and double time it, you might be able to get there with like an extra 3 hours to do.
And Grimbold's short too, so maybe stay behind.
Yeah.
So just myself and Zoltan can book it ahead of time. How's that sound?
That sounds like a plan.
I like it.
That sounds good. Yeah, let's do that.
Fair enough. So are you guys sticking around for breakfast, or are you guys taking off right away? I just want to know exactly what.
I think
take off right away and choose.
we've got
rations.
rations.
On the way.
Yeah, we can just eat on the run.
I mean, I just got a bunch from Jax.
Okay. Are you letting Ireena in on this plan, or are you just taking off?
No, I think
We'll let Jax and Grimbold tell her.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. Trying to think of how the best way to do this then would be.
Sorry for making it more homework for you.
No,
with,
it's fine. I'm just trying to think of. Yeah. Okay. No, that sounds fine. So you guys kind of head off with all due haste, I assume, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Your event. Let's see.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, you have. It's very uneventful for the most part. The rain picks up at one point, and it's kind of a slaw. You're getting drenched at this point, and you've been in the same clothes for a while. You're even though you've had a full night's rest and everything like that, it's just you feel filthy. You feel really downtrodden and everything like that. And it's kind of the pressure of needing to find this child who's been prophesied as being, if not integral, then going to be an incredibly important part of finding a way to defeat or to confront Strahd eventually. So that pressure and everything like that spurs you guys on, and you're sort of you're doing your Lord of the Rings scene where you're going after the Hobbit sort of thing. You are bolting, and you're huffing and puffing the whole way trying to get there. So in the meantime, you guys kind of have your breakfast, Jax, Grimbold, and Ireena, and the kids are kind of hunkered down. They seem like the rain is starting to pick up, and they're hunkered down by the fire, and they're trying to keep their spirits up to the best they can and endure and not complain too much. Lucian is, of course, the one who's the exception to that rule, and is like, oh my god, can't we go yet? I'm just, it's like, where the other guys go? I'm confused. Why are we here? It's like, don't you know it's dangerous out here? It's like, and so he's a bit mouthy still. But yeah, he finally, Freak will be the one who said, what are you doing out here anyway?
What do you mean?
Well, like, you're not farmers, and you're not wolf hunters.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you do? Why are you here? Why are you out here?
Honestly, don't know why we're here. We ended up here on accident, and we're just trying to find our way home.
Lucian kind of bends over and kind of not whispers, but pretends to whisper in his own way. It's like, the mist got him. Don't you know about the mist? And yeah, Freak kind of just shies away and, looks at you all and, yeah, nods like as if he does know, but yeah, nevertheless. Ireena kind of, just says, well, they're adventurers, and they've been very noble and kind to the village of Barovia, where I'm from, and so they're helping me get to where you're from, to Vallaki.
And we're here to help you. So.
Huh. Adventurers. Who'da thunk?
I used to be an adventurer like you, then I took an arrow to the knee.
Good times. Yeah, cool. Other than that, just gonna check something quick.
Right.
Yeah, so yeah, after a short breakfast and everything like that, you guys can kind of get on your way as well. It looks like you guys don't have any major encounters along the way either. It does, of course, take you a little longer. I'll just do it for the first 3 hours or so, and then we'll roll again to see if anything else happens from that point on. Okay, I'm going to pop over to new scene.
Yeah, it's nice that we got through all right, but I'm curious if something happens with just Ireena Jackson Grimbold.
Mm-hmm.
So to scale, it says 5 feet, but it's actually probably more like 20 feet per square. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Jackson Grimble is what I want to say. Missing.
Oh no, I got axed.
Okay, give me a second here. All right. The Old Svalich Road meanders into a valley watched over by dark, brooding mountains. To the north and south, the woods recede, revealing a sullen mountain berg surrounded by a wooded palisade. Thick fog presses up against this wall, as though looking for a way inside, hoping to catch the town that's a slumber. The dirt road ends to a set of sturdy iron gates, with a pair of shadowy figures standing behind them. Planted in the ground and flanking the road outside the gates are half a dozen pikes with wolves' heads impaled upon them. And I'll just show you what this might look like.
And was this just me and Zoltan?
It's just you two, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, because we went ahead, Ireena and.
Oh,
the
sorry.
kids.
Apologies. Yeah,
Yeah, I was just a little
I
bit
thought
confused with the tokens you had there.
that's
I
my
was
bad.
confused too. I
wasn't expecting you all to yeah. That's my apologies. I just I thought I had clicked them and didn't.
No worries.
This is Vallaki.
Oh, nice. Is it somewhat larger than the village of Barovia, or pretty similar?
It's about probably about 3 times the size.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's just more elongated.
Yeah. They have a Burger King. I mean, a burgomaster here.
Kind of, yeah. This is the difference between. It's not just that it's bigger in terms of its size. It's probably like area about the same, maybe a little bit more. What makes it bigger is it is clearly a walled, fortified town sort of thing.
Gotcha.
And so the buildings, the streets, everything about it is relatively well taken care of, whereas the village of Barovia is like a slum kind of thing in contrast. So so you guys are coming up on the eastern gate coming from the south, and you see some townhouses that are kind of run down and have a little farmsteads and everything like that just outside the walled city, but they look like they're probably like newer additions, and some of them look like they're possibly abandoned, this one in particular and this one as well, but still some of them look like they're okay. What would you like to do?
So this will be in speaking to Lunaris here. I don't know what benefit there will be in just speaking with people in these homes right here. I think we might need to get information right from inside Vallaki, from somebody who would know better.
Right.
What are your thoughts?
I agree.
Okay.
I do agree. I do see that there's a checkpoint up ahead to get in. I don't think we'll have any issues unless they.
I don't think so.
I don't know. Guess we'll find out.
What do you want to do if they ask us to stow our weapons?
I guess that might not be a problem. I guess we don't really. I don't know.
See what happens when we get there. I don't know the laws here, so I don't know if we're allowed to have a sword at our hips or anything.
Well, we could ask. We can find out. And if we're not allowed in the city with weapons, then we can even just talk to the guards about it. About the missing kid, maybe. The lucky kid.
Yeah, well, let's go.
All right, forward we march.
Okay.
Anything about the buildings on first glance? If I do a perception check as we walk by?
This one has livestock currently, sheep. It looks like they're pretty, like, for sheep, they look like they've been recently sheared, but I mean, it makes them look ridiculously, like, unhealthy for the most part.
Are they actual sheep or are they polymorphed sheep?
So far as you can tell, they seem like regular sheep, even though you've seen stronger children than these sheep for sure. This one has another couple of pigs just kind of hanging out. This actually looks like a sort of a farmstead, so this is a farmhouse and then the actual building there. And this looks like it has crops in the background. There's somebody, it looks like, actually attending the crops currently, and these two houses are abandoned.
All right. Well, is it worth us asking the one guy who's attending his crops?
If we're not allowed in and we decide to stay out, then we can go talk with them, maybe.
Okay, sounds good. So let's just go into speak with that outpost there, or checkpoint or whatever.
Before you get in, even within 15, 20 feet of the place, you notice that there are archers. There's actually, I don't know why this isn't working well, but there's an archer here and an archer here who have already called out yeah, I guess they'd call out visitors at the gate. And you notice that just within the doorway, 2 guards quickly come out, and they are armed with chain shirts and a helmet, and both are holding pikes. One's male and one's female. And they say, "Halt! State your business."
Hello, we're adventurers. We are in search of information regarding a Vallaki child that may be missing. We are in a search to find her. And do you know anything, or is there anyone inside this town that can help us find what we're looking for?
No Vallaki children are missing so far as I'm concerned. We don't take kindly to adventures around here.
Well, we have some children that we recovered from the old windmill. They're on the way with some of our companions that we are escorting them to the orphanage. Is there anyone we can speak to about that?
He kind of looks over to his female counterpart and go ahead and give me a persuasion check, please.
It's my specialty.
My speciality.
12 plus 6 is 18.
Yeah, so she kind of nods and kind of heads back inside for a moment. And he steps in front and he says, "Why wouldn't you have brought the children with you as already?"
Our primary mission is the Vistani girl. Our companions are on the way. Of course, children have small feet. They get tired easily. You know this. They're in good hands, and they should be here within the next couple hours. But we were just getting a head start to find more information on our other goal.
First of all, you don't tell me what I know. I tell you what I know. Second of all, we don't take kind to the Vistani around here either. If you want to deal with them, they're in the south, the southwest. They have an encampment there with some elves. If you want to go talk about them or talk to them if they're missing some child, that's their business. As for the Vallakian children that may or may not be missing, you can stay here or we can expect your companions soon. And if they arrive as such, then perhaps the headmistress can corroborate your story, if that's what it is.
Is that seriously the attitude you're taking towards children? Who cares where they're from, whether they're from Vallaki or whether they're Vistani children? Shame on you for treating children that way.
All will be well that will be well. That is our motto here. But that is within Vallakian walls.
And you
But
think
the
it'll be
Vistani
well if a child dies?
What happens outside of Vallaki's walls is not my concern. If they were smart, they would defend themselves better. Now, if you have anything else to say, say it. Otherwise, be gone. And he points to the Vistani camp and to the southwest.
That's fair. Well, I suppose we shall have to wait for the children to get here before we gain access to your city.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go back a little ways and we can
Talk to the other people.
So, yeah, I suppose.
Yeah. That went as well as I had expected it to.
Yep.
All right. Well, you got
Okey-dokey.
some information anyway.
Yeah. Well, I guess we can talk to the farm person outside here.
Yeah, let's do that. So yeah, let's walk up to him and say hail or whatever you say when you're walking up to a stranger back in the day. We're looking for a missing child around here that we've heard may be in grave danger. Have you heard of anything along those lines?
Talking about those wee ones from the orphanage, are you?
We did find those ones actually, and we're returning them as we speak to the orphanage from. They were found at the windmill.
Good. So you're looking for more children then? He kind of looks at you like, okay.
Have you heard anything?
Have you heard anything specific around Lake Zarovich where they may be taking these children?
Nope. Haven't heard much. What can I say? Hard times, but all will be well as it will be.
How are the crops here? Do they grow to your expectations?
He scoops up a handful of what looks like the absolute destroyed mud, and is like, what can I say? It provides what we need to sustain ourselves, I suppose.
What would be required for these lands to become fertile again? Sunlight, perhaps?
Sunlight. You're not from around here, are you?
What gave it away?
He kind of looks you up and down. Is like, yeah. He's like, kind of looks you up and down. Is like, well, the light, it seems, on something like you, whatever you are, it's brighter than the one in the sky, anyway. And this one, I mean, this one could be from here, I suppose. He points to you, Zoltan.
Distantly related to here, but not originally from here.
I can believe it. Well, if you're here in Barovia, I guess it's only a matter of time before you find what little hope there is. As for your children, I don't know. I don't keep up on such a thing. I've never had any myself. I just grow my crops and sell them.
I dream and hope of a day where your crops flourish tenfold after we're done with this place.
Aye, tenfold the crops. Excellent. Give me tenfold the drink.
I need a share.
He basically just starts, getting back at it.
Yep. That went as well as it could have.
Looks like he's primarily weeding right now, from what you can tell.
Okay.
Well, outside of going to each of these houses, we're just going straight to the lake to check around the area. I don't know what else, if there's anything else you wanted to do.
Yeah, I don't know if there's much we can do. I don't really want to wait for them because that's
Wasted time.
waste of time. It's
Well, let's
almost
just go
worth
straight
just
to the
running
lake
straight.
then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was gonna say.
Let's do a quick survey. You can go one way, I can go the other.
That sounds great.
All right,
Okay.
that's what we do.
Sounds good. Go ahead.
All the way,
Oh yeah, hang on.
like up to, like, I mean, of course we're do we go along the forest line here, or do we just go straight through the forest? I don't know. Is this an explorable map?
Yeah, I mean, up until it's blocked off.
Water?
There's no, yeah, you won't be able to get to the lake from here quite yet.
Oh,
but
okay.
yeah, they did. I don't know if you just know if they did say that the Vistani encampment was to the southwest. So
Well,
I don't know.
Oh, the southwest.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they were indicating the one that we came from.
No. The Vistani encampment that is outside of the city to the southwest is what they were saying. So there's
I
one
heard
like
that, but that's not where the lake is, though. I
right.
thought
But you're
lake
looking
was
for a
northeast
Vistani
of
child who's missing. So maybe visiting the Vistani encampment to the southwest
Oh,
would
okay.
be helpful.
Sorry. For some reason, I thought you said southeast, which is where we came from.
No,
so I thought
no.
they were talking
No.
about our original one. We were just.
Yeah, sorry. I should be
No,
more. Yeah, he's pointing that
All right.
way.
You,
Sorry.
you were clear
Well,
enough. I just didn't think it was valid.
Oh,
The
okay.
guys.
Well, we,
It was
we
like-
we can do that as well, but I mean, how long is it to the lake? How far from here? I guess that's probably what we should have asked.
Maybe a couple hours. Not
How
not
far to
even
the
that,
encampment?
but yeah, probably about an hour or an hour or so. And the campment is
And another hour
maybe
or two.
15-minute walk in this direction.
Oh, let's just go there. If it's only 15 minutes
Alright.
away.
Let's do that then.
Not even that. It's like, yeah,
Oh, yeah, I keep forgetting I can select
10
more
minutes.
than one. Oh, there you go. Control your own.
go this way. Yeah, there we go. This way. Follow the dot. You guys are going in the totally wrong direction. Like, wait, I said southwest, right?
You did, but I wasn't thinking. I would just thought
I was
lake.
thinking the
Let's
lake.
go.
Yeah. But yeah. I'm sure the guards are eyeing us as we travel along the roads like they do with anyone else.
That's right.
So
that's right.
do we follow the road here, or do we follow
Yeah.
the wall?
Wherever you think your characters would go.
All right, let's follow the road. Uh-oh. All right, so we've come
Is there
across
a
the-
signpost here?
Nope, it just seems like forest trails that look like wagon wheels and stuff.
Oh,
There
let's
is a bit
keep going
more-
west.
There's a bit more of a pronounced activity going south.
south
Oh,
this way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Aha.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yay! So they're like, no, you're going the wrong way. Damn it!
No, Michael, there's no wrong way. This is a sandbox.
I know. That's why I was like, oh my god, no. Okay. All right.
Everything that I've planned is gone now.
It's pretty much like, okay, I'm not going that way yet. All right,
we're
so let's go to Jax and Grimbold. We need time.
No.
Oh.
No. This is where I die.
Actually, I'll just.
What do you
Give me a
mean
s-
this is where you die?
Or this is the part where we come back and I've murdered all the kids.
Oh, no, we're
my
not
goodness.
murdering children.
This is not the Dark Urge run.
Listen, they might be kind of annoying, but we are not murdering them, okay?
Laugh them off.
All right.
The Dark Urge run? Is that what is that?
Yeah,
Is
it's a
that a thing?
Baldur's Gate reference. Yeah, pretty much the Dark Urge is you get like, I don't know, voices in your head, demons in your head, just kill everyone.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, it's really crazy. Okay, so Jax and Grimbold, each of you roll. Give me a 1d20.
Okay.
1d20?
Mm-hmm.
Where is it?
4.
Okay.
No fucking way.
3.
4.
Oh,
Nice. All right. So, you guys managed to also get to the town. You're a few hours behind. The kids seem to have a little bit more energy, so you make up reasonably good time and travel at a relatively okay pace. Ireena is excited she looked like she was a little worried at first when you guys like split off like that, knowing that the dangers during the day are sometimes just as psychotic.
And this is why we don't ever want kids.
All right.
Who is we?
Apparently he's a half halfling in mind. Yeah. So yeah, you guys come up against a a very fanciful-ish town. It's it's made of so that the wall that's surrounding it is made of like large logs that are about 15 feet tall and have pitch and mortar and rope that are all tied squarely. So it's fairly secure, all things considered. There's a few farmsteads out on the path just ahead of you. But yeah, you see the lake in the distance. You think it would take maybe an hour at most a walk to get to it. But it is a large lake, and therefore your initial thoughts in terms of the Vistani girl is, yeah, that's a lot of ground to cover. Like, how are you supposed to find a person all around that lake? It would take easily the better part of a day to just go around it once, and you could easily miss them, sort of thing. So
right.
That does somewhat concern you. So. But yeah, otherwise, what would you like to do? Lucian looks pretty excited, and he's like, yay, we're back in Vallaki, yeah! He'll even point out, yeah, we were playing in the trees over there, and, some people kind of just said, yeah, we'll take you back home.
You were playing in the trees when people came and snatched you.
Well, I mean, it was
drove up in their van and said, "Hey, want some candy?"
Admittedly, it was like an hour through those trees, and we got lost, and they just happened to find us. Actually, come to think of it, it's weird that they found us so easily. It's like, but anyway.
So maybe next time, don't wander so far into trees.
I will make sure not to wander into trees without knowing where I'm going.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's find your orphanage, yeah?
Yeah. Let's get you all home.
Yeah, and you know the way to get there.
Quick.
Woohoo! Let's go! He kind of scampers off ahead of you guys.
Okay.
Oops.
Are the other two coming? Okay.
Yeah, they'll come.
They don't want to go.
This. Ta-da. All right. Yeah, same kind of deal. I don't know why that's not showing properly, but there's a guard up here and up here that have drawn bows, and two other guards, a male and a female, stand outside with chain shirts and large pikes. And the male goes, "Halt! Who goes there?"
Feel free to switch the scene too on your.
Oh, is it still going? Sorry.
Yes.
Story.
All good.
We're
Hello.
travelers with some kids that need to get back to the orphanage.
Yeah, Lucian pops up like, it is I, Lucian of Vallaki. Ha ha!
I'm Jax. This is Ireena. This is Graham. We have Lucian, Myrtle, and Freck with us. Freak. Sorry, my bad.
Sorry,
Freak.
I'm gonna keep interrupting because I like being funny. I'll leave you guys be now.
Good, it's good.
You're fine.
You stop. Slap.
Yeah, so the female guard finally recognizes Lucian, and she's like, "Oh, yes, okay. Well, it seems like everything is in order. I understand you had other companions. Can you vouchsafe for them?"
Yes. Yes, they probably should have already been here, but I don't know where they would be right this moment, of course.
The man sort of says, "Well, give us a description of them. I want to know exactly what they look like."
Well, one quite glows. You might say. Very kind and very. Yes, yes. Very. What is the word that I'm looking for? Respectful, blonde hair, light eyes. The other is. Are you guys like at the same height? Which are you guys? Who's taller?
Lunaris is shorter.
I'm
5'10" versus
short.
6'3" or 6'2".
Oh, okay.
Okay. The other's a bit taller, a little darker, and more brooding in appearance. Maybe a little more crass in his approach than the former. But both are quite kind people.
Oh, very well. He kind of looks kind of annoyed, that you're vouching for them. Well, we sent them off to the Vistani camp, not far from here. I don't know why you would want to bother with those types of people, but nevertheless, should you want to come in, and the St. Andrew's orphanage is in the west of town, so you're welcome to do so. But follow the law. Don't cause any trouble.
Are there any special laws we should be aware of?
That is a great question.
So no code legal, like in...
I don't think it's as explicit there, but let me see.
Waterdeep? I was gonna say Windhelm, but I'm like, no, that's from Skyrim.
Ooh, brother!
Sorry, I'm just looking it up. I didn't have it out for me.
No, it's okay. Well, you mean the guards don't know their own laws? That's weird.
There's a lot to know, okay?
Let me pull out the rule book. Hold on.
Okay, yeah, I do have it here. Of course there are laws, special laws that everybody ought to know, and if you don't know them, you're a fool. However, these are these. He kind of pulls out a scroll and kind of reads them out to you so that there can be no, it's official. I'm giving you them. If you break them, you're screwed. 1, none shall give voice to the devil's name or carry written documentation with his name upon it. 2, none shall defame or slander the Baron. None shall defame or slander the festivals. Any documentation that presents either in the ill light or frowned upon and shall be dealt with accordingly. 3, all must take part in preparing the festivals. 4, all shall attend the festivals. 5, none shall harm or bring harm to fellow Vallakians. 6, none shall steal from fellow Vallakian persons, homes, or establishments, whether public or private. And 7, none shall deface or despoil public or private property.
Of course. Are there any festivals happening now?
Of course, there's a festival every week.
Oh.
He looks at you like you're an idiot.
Well, I'm not from here, so I am an idiot. I am an idiot as far as this place is concerned. Please explain. What festivals are happening this week?
Good question.
Is there lots of food?
That was really well done too, by the way.
What, me being an asshole?
Yeah.
That wasn't an act.
Plain.
The Feast of St. Andrews starts in 5 days hence.
Feast of St. Andrews.
Yes.
Hey kids, what's the Feast of St. Andrews?
St. Andrews? Lucian's like, St. Andrews? I mean, we're in St. Andrews thing. He's a guy who did some good stuff, and he protects things like the church and the orphanage, and he's a good guy of the moon guy, not the moon guy, the sun guy. Who's the guy?
Sun guy.
What's his name?
Okay.
Morning Lord. Him. Ha. And yeah, so he's good, and so we say, yay, he did some stuff at some point.
And you eat food?
Of course, yeah. And so Claudia, Claudia, the guard, the female guard, she actually finds Lucian kind of entertaining, and she's like nodding him on. It's like, yeah, and she basically says, well, you got most of it right. It's like Saint Andrew was a paladin of many years back who did mighty deeds in Barovia before even the time of he who shall not be named, and his the grace that the Morning Lord had given him spread even to his personage, and he never lost that light, and so it is he who we cheer on. There are different festivities that the Baron enjoys shouting out. This one, however, some of these festivals are very important. She quickly, because the other guy's sort of giving her a side eye. Don't speak badly about the festivals. Like, are very important, but this one is actually of great renown, and we look forward to it each year. So.
Okay, thank you. Good to know. If our companions return, will you let them know we're inside, and please allow them entry as well?
Yes, of course. They'll be granted entry based on your
recommendation.
Yeah, thank you. Recommendation.
You're welcome.
I should note that, and just as you're about to go in, so I should note that there are a few other laws, or at least consequences for the laws, and you should know them. And so she brings out her version of the thing. He's already tucked it away and isn't quick to tell you what the consequences are.
Okay.
That anyone who breaks any of the edicts are subject to one of the following, any of the following, depending on the severity of the crime, which is determined by the Baron. There is time in the stocks. Time will range from anywhere between a day to a few weeks, depending on the severity of the crime. Seizure of assets. If direct punishment seems insufficient, the Baron and his men have the right to collect a payment for their crimes. This can be something as small as a fine to the complete seizure of the criminal's home, business, and other assets. Imprisonment at Vallaki's Reformation House, which until the criminal is purged of their sin. Personal reformation conducted by the Baron himself, as well as public execution by hanging.
Oh, lovely.
So understand that morale means everything. A happy Vallaki is a safe Vallaki. All shall be well. And she reveals the end of it. Signed Baron Vargas Vallakovich, Burgomaster of Vallaki.
Of course. We appreciate you letting us know all these rules.
She rolls it up and gives it to you. It's like, read them and know them well. It is important. And she kind of, emphasizes that.
Okay.
But
I'm gonna
go into that.
Gonna remember that
when we get there.
I surely will. I'm gonna put this in my bag. Put the rules away.
Take a quick look at the message I sent you.
Yep.
It's going into the wallet into the special section.
Listen, Grem, I hope you listened closely to those rules. Grem?
Yeah.
Mm.
You don't have to worry about me. There's nothing to steal around here.
There are no pies, so...
Lucian walks in as if he's like, hail the conquering hero. Da, 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 da. And we'll go over to Zoltan and Lunaris. Give me just 2 seconds here. I have to jump back and forth. All right. The woods part to reveal an expansive clearing, a small grass-covered hill with low houses built into its sides. Fog obscures the details, but you can see that these buildings feature elegantly carved woodwork and have decorative lanterns hanging from their sculpted eaves. Atop the hill, so it's kind of like a hillock that it's encircling. Atop the hill, above the fog, is a ring of barrel-topped wagons that surround a large tent with a column of smoke pouring out through a hole in the top. The tent is brightly lit from within. Even at this distance, you can smell the odors of wine and horses that emanate from the central area. So this is kind of a natural clearing that serves as a...
Wine and horses.
Yes.
Yum.
So it looks like a natural clearing on a hill that has been kind of made into something of a permanent campsite. So as you kind of are coming in through over here or up here, depending on how you came, you notice that these buildings look more like elven construction.
Okay.
So, and then these are obviously sort of Vistani wagons and tents and such. You notice that there are a strange kind of elven race. Some of the people around here, they all look like men, from what you can tell. They have sort of darker skin, like almost like Arabian kind of looking, and what else can I tell you? Yeah, dark skin, dark hair. Yeah, fairly similar to wood elves, but they just look like a different, almost like a different version of a wood elf. And yeah, you also notice a lot of the Vistani here. They all seem to be wearing a red sash or a red headscarf, or something to that effect. And
Men
yeah,
and women?
Yep, men and women, kind of milling about. And yeah, at this point, Zoltan, as you, where are you guys going? I'm just curious.
Does it look like there's a main? Well, I see there's that hill or building in the middle. Does that seem like a main?
Yep.
The leader's hut or whatever.
Meeting place of some sort, or you're not quite too sure, but yeah, it does look like that.
Well, if it's alright with you, Lunar, so I say we walk that way, but we make sure to stay on the path, not be rude by walking on anybody's lawn or anything.
Okay, sure. That sounds like a good idea. So, like this way?
Correct, yeah.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, so you get a couple of, stray eyes looking your way, wondering who you are and everything like that, but nobody stops you or anything like that. And yeah, they seem to be relatively peaceful and having a decent time. Not unlike the Vistani that you've already met. They look like a lively bunch. They're sort of speaking loudly amongst themselves. Although there is a sense of unease or hushedness as you get closer to the main tent over here. And yeah, people are... There are a lot of eyes on you just watching.
Oh, sudden movements.
So we make our intentions known now, or?
They don't see you as hostile, but yeah, sure.
So yeah, I guess like over here, it looks like there's a bit of a gathering of people there, I guess. So we can speak up and say we came from a Vistani encampment down south. We've undertaken a quest from Madame Eva herself to find some missing Vistani children here up around Lake Zarovich. Any information would be utterly appreciated.
As soon as you say something about a missing Vistani child or children, like all the people kind of look at each other like really hushed, and he's like, and one of them, an elder, sort of stands up. He's like, perhaps you should go and visit the meeting currently taking place in the large tent ahead of you.
So that Zoltan had the right idea. Thank you so much for your hospitality and for allowing us within your camp.
Thank you for coming on behalf of Madame Eva. I look forward to seeing what happens.
Happy to help.
There's something cryptic about what he said, but he doesn't seem to be. Yeah.
Yeah, curious to see.
Yeah, well, let's go, I guess.
Well, let's see.
All right. You, I assume you guys are going inside. It's very open. There's no,
Yep.
There's no opening. There's no, door.
No
door
way
to the tent.
to knock or anything. Just
No. You kind of hear it before you walk in, but you're pretty sure somebody's getting the shit kicked out of them. And
okay.
as you walk in, a brute of a man, very large and very angry, is basically got a man, his shirt twisted up into his hand and is beating him like within an inch of his life, and just kind of in a straight rage. And behind him, with a big smirk and smile as he's watching this guy get his ass kicked, is a long-haired, sort of very clean and very sharp features, very sharp dark beard. And he raises his eyes and then raises his eyes even more as he realizes who has just walked in. Cousin Zoltan, welcome. As Aragal, the man who kidnapped you, is before you, and the man whose brother was with him, Luvash, is beating the crap out of some other Vistani man. And that is where we'll end it for today.
Why am I not surprised to see you like this?
And we'll pick up next time when we get back with Curse of Strahd, the Beckoning. So.
Cool.
Yeah.
Beans.
Alrighty then.
Yeah. It's like, yes, he gets to finally confront the people who kidnapped him. Yes. I love it. Oh, shit.
This could go very well, or it could very well not.
This
So-
could
Very
go
well.
so
or it
well.
could go how everything goes for Zoltan.
So good. So good.
That was fun.